All right, listen up because this is absolutely massive. We just got confirmation from multiple sources that millions of Social Security recipients are set to receive more than they expected this November, and most seniors are completely unaware of what's actually happening behind the scenes. If you receive SSA, SSI, or SSDI, this could mean a bigger deposit, an earlier payment, or even a state-level bonus hitting your account this month. So stay with me because I'm breaking down exactly what's new, what's triggering these extra payments, which states are involved, and what you need to do so you don't miss out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I help everyday Americans navigate the confusing world of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Medicare, and all things retirement. I've been covering Social Security updates for years, helping thousands of people get the benefits they deserve, and today's update is one you don't want to skip. Now here's what's happening this November and why this update is being called great news for seniors. According to the latest Social Security Administration payment schedule and new state-level adjustments, millions of beneficiaries will see changes in their November payments. Some of this has to do with COLA pre-adjustments, some with state supplements, and others with rescheduled deposits due to the federal shutdown and holiday calendar. Let's break that down. For November 2025, the federal COLA increase hasn't officially hit yet. That comes in January. But several states, including California, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan, and Vermont, have already started testing early payment adjustments for seniors with fixed incomes who've been hardest hit by inflation. In some of these states, seniors could see an additional $100 to $300 temporarily added to their November benefits to help offset food, rent, and medication costs, especially as winter approaches. Now, that's not all. There's also been confirmation that due to the government shutdown delays, certain payment batches are being sent early, particularly for SSI recipients whose November 1st checks were processed before the shutdown began. That means if you normally get paid around the first, second, or third Wednesday, you may have already noticed a deposit earlier than usual. And yes, it's 100% legitimate. This was authorized directly by the Treasury to prevent any disruption during the shutdown period. So what does that mean for you? If you're on SSI or SSDI, you could get 2 deposits this month, 1 early payment to avoid delays, and 1 regular monthly deposit. That's the part most people are missing and why so many seniors are surprised by what's showing up in their accounts this week. Now, a lot of people are asking, Tony, does this mean my Social Security is increasing permanently? Here's the truth. For now, this is a one-time adjustment for November. However, these early or bonus payments will not affect your December benefits or next year's COLA increase. In fact, the Social Security Administration has already clarified that these supplemental disbursements are separate from the annual cost of living adjustment. So, yes, this really is extra help for November. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you already received your November payment? Did it arrive earlier than expected, or was the amount higher than usual? Drop your answer in the comments because I'm tracking how this is rolling out across different states and payment groups. Now, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. After months of uncertainty, high prices, and repeated shutdown threats, the fact that Social Security payments are still going out and in some cases arriving early is a huge relief. It shows that even with all the chaos in Washington, Social Security remains fully funded through at least mid-2026, according to Treasury reports. That's the part most people don't realize. The Social Security Trust Fund isn't tied directly to the federal shutdown budget. That's why these payments are safe and still coming, even when other programs pause. But here's what's changing quietly in the background. Some states are stepping up with extra relief, especially for low-income seniors and disabled residents. For instance, California is offering a winter energy credit linked to SSI recipients. New York is giving one-time food support payments to certain Social Security beneficiaries. Pennsylvania and Michigan have quietly expanded senior rental assistance grants. It's not being talked about much in mainstream media, but it's happening. And if you don't check your state's Human Services or Benefits website, you might completely miss it. And that's why this video is so important, because this month's good news isn't just about early deposits. It's about hidden state-level programs designed to help seniors right now. Now, of course, there's debate around whether this patchwork approach is fair. Some argue that every state should be offering these supplements or prepayments, not just a select few. Others worry about the sustainability on whether states can actually afford these programs long-term without federal backing. But at least for November 2025, the good news is simple. If you're eligible, you're getting help. So let's recap quickly. Social Security payments are still coming during the shutdown. Many states are sending early or bonus deposits to help with inflation. Some seniors are receiving extra credits for food or energy costs, and none of this affects your December payment or next year's COLA. Before you go, I want to ask you a quick question. What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now with your benefits? Is it delays, cost of living, or confusion about new rules? Let me know in the comments because I use your feedback to decide what videos to cover next. Alright, if you found this helpful and you want to stay ahead of every Social Security update, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another update. I post videos every single week covering Social Security changes, SSI, SSDI benefits, Medicare updates, and the financial news that actually impacts your wallet. And if you'd like to get early updates by email before I post them on YouTube, just check the link in the description and join my free update list. Check it out. Americans to still get November Social Security checks up to 5.1K after COLA boost despite shutdown. See payment dates. The news comes after the 2.8% cost of living adjustment, COLA, was announced last month, affecting millions of eligible residents. About 74 million Americans get monthly funds from the Social Security Administration, SSA, to help with living expenses. Now, retirees applying for benefits at full retirement age will receive 4 days of payments in November. Exactly how much money and when it arrives depends on a few factors, including the birth dates of beneficiaries and whether or not they began receiving retirement, survival, or spousal benefits before May 1997. Additionally, those Americans who get funds from other SSA programs like Supplemental Security Income, SSI, can expect payments on entirely different dates from standard Social Security. The schedule of Social Security benefits from the SSA makes it clear for Americans to see exactly when they can expect benefits to arrive to help them plan out their budgets. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, payments for the remainder of this year are still going out as normal. The first round for November arrived on October 31st. This is for SSI recipients who would typically get their funds on the first date of every month. But since November 1st falls on a Saturday, it arrived 1 day early. The SSA does not send out payments on weekends or federal holidays. Those who have gotten Social Security since before May 1997 can expect the next distribution of funds on November 3rd. On November 12th, those Social Security recipients with birth dates between 1 and 10 of any month can expect their checks. Beneficiaries with birth dates between 11 and 20 will follow on November 19th, and then those with birth dates between 21 and 31 on November 26th. For December, the same pattern follows with SSI payments on the 1st, since it's a weekday this time, Social Security pre-May 1997 on the 3rd, and Standard Social Security on December 10th, 17, and 24. SSI recipients do again get funds early for January 2026 on December 31st as well, given that New Year's Day, January 1st, is a federal holiday. COLA and tax thresholds. All Americans who get benefits from the SSA should keep in mind, however, that next year will look different given the recently announced cost of living adjustment, COLA, some tax updates, and changes to work requirements for beneficiaries. The COLA was delayed by the government shutdown and came out on October 24th as 2.8% for the 2026 tax year. In the last 10 years, the COLA has averaged around 3.1%, and this year's 2.8% rate is a bit higher than 2025's 2.5%. While that's good news for Americans, it's only about $56 additional to average monthly checks of $2,071, not to mention the maximum amount of earnings subject to Social Security taxes also changes in January alongside the COLA bump, potentially resulting in more money being cut. Instead of $176,100 annual earnings, it increases to $184,500, meaning those who met the threshold previously will now be taxed more.